Blast me to Electia. It's time for the Mad Merlins Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Journey. Issue 58, Part 2, Gallery and Battle Report. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mad Merlins Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Journey. So here we are with the Canoptic Wraith that we got in issue 58, and as you can see he is painted up in my usual Saltec colour scheme. He's been based in my snow theme. He has also been given a lovely coat of Storm Shield varnish to keep him nice and safe, and he has a coat of Ardcoat around the rim of his base just to avoid wear and tear. I've built this one up with the particle caster for the moment because I forgot to spray the beamer part, so he is stuck with the particle caster for the moment, but I might paint it up later on and swap it out. I have left it loose in order to change between the two weapon options. And here he is with his buddy, the first Wraith that we got back in issue 40 something, I think it was. But yeah, they look quite nice together. Sadly, you won't be seeing them in the battle report, as the list I'm going to be using is the one that focuses heavily on the Destroyer cult. So there's nothing to look at in the way of rules. We just have two army lists to choose from, and I will introduce you to the armies I've chosen for the battle report, and I will set up the battlefield, and I will be right back. So here's the two armies I'm going to be taking to the battlefield with this issue's battle report. As you can see on the left here, we've got the Scorpec Lord, the Royal Warden, Canoptic Plasma Site, 3 Scarab bases, 5 Flayed Ones, and the Scorpec Destroyers. I took this list as I haven't used these guys in a while, and lately the lists focusing on warriors and stuff haven't been working too well for me. So let's see how this works. On the right with the Space Marines, we have the Captain and the Lieutenant. We have 2 squads of 5 Assault Intercessors, one with a Plasma Pistol and Power Sword, and one with just a Bolt Gunner and Chainsword, and then we also have the 3 Aggressors. A little outnumbered, but Space Marines will endeavour to beat back any Xenos that threaten the Imperium. So that's the forces. I'll set up the battlefield, and I'll be right back for issue 58's mission. So here we are, all deployed and ready for battle. As you can see, this mission forces us to split our forces between 2 deployment zones. So we've got the attackers in top corners and bottom corners. Top right, bottom left, should I say. And then the Ultramarines in the top left and bottom right. So I've kept all the Destroyer cult forces together in one corner, with the Royal Warden, the Scarabs and the Flayed Ones in the opposite. Then we've got the Lieutenant and the Assault Intercessors there with the Power Sword and Plasma Pistol. Then the Captain, Aggressors and other Assault Intercessors down here. Terrain, I've gone for a fairly open and even spread. Plenty of pikes, plenty of ruins. Just enough to keep us hopping around the battlefield and avoiding channels of fire. So we score ourselves 5 victory points, and we also have a secondary objective, which I will let you know when turn 1 begins. But all what's left for us to do now is have some dramatic reading before we get into our battle. Conflict in the Crypts. The Basilica of St. Marcius is a formidable structure, but no fortress is impenetrable. The Necron Overlord's forces have discovered a route into the Undercroft, a network of storage chambers and crypts located beneath the Basilica. Amidst the remains of local long-dead citizens, Imperial forces do battle with the Necron interlopers. The foe must be driven back before they can breach the upper levels and lay waste to the moon's holy relics. Necrons, Overlord, two-pronged assault. The Necron attackers to split their forces into two distinct strike forces, dispatching the Destroyer cult to follow the Flayed One's trail of slaughter and disrupt the Imperial defenders, whilst the Overlord leads his legions in an attempt to break through to the upper levels. This two-pronged attack on the Basilica's undercroft will surely stretch the Imperial defenders. The Overlord hopes that this attack will provide the breakthrough he seeks and bring the Battle of Electia to a timely conclusion. Space Marines, Primaris Captain, Heroic Defense. Imperial Command has selected several combined arms forces to enter the Undercroft and purge the Necron threat. The Ultramarines, led by their captain, seek to utilize the assault intercessors and aggressors to smash the Necron advance. Meanwhile, the Canoness drives her Adeptus Sororitas forces forwards, meeting the Necrons head-on and relying upon the faith and hatred of her sisters to overcome the Xenos invaders. The fate of Electia's relics lies in the hands of these two experienced commanders. So we are focusing here on the Destroyer cult, setting a pathway for the remaining force to follow, and the Ultramarines have been sent to intercept them. So we have 5 turns to score as many points as we can, fighting of course over that central objective. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh wait, I haven't rolled off yet. So let's have a roll off to see who gets first turn. That's a tie. And it's the Ultramarines who steal it with a 5. So now we begin turn 1. End of Ultramarines turn 1. Not a lot happened. Keeping ourselves well protected over here, just so we don't get first turn charged by the Scorpic Destroyers. The aggressors advanced towards the ruins, hopefully to get through on turn 2 and towards the objective. The captain and assault intercessors positioned themselves in a position, oddly enough, to take a shot at the flayed ones, killing 2 of them, but they both got back up and have reappeared 2 inches forward, so they are a little closer for a charge. So on to Necron's turn 1, and I have both sides have selected the no respite, no remorse secondary objective. So if we kill more units than the opponent at the end of a battle round, we gain 4 additional victory points. So here we go with Necron's turn 1. End of Necron's turn 1. That went a little bit better. So the only remainder of the flayed ones is their charge token. As they charged, did a lot of damage to the captain, but were ultimately beaten back thanks to combined arms of assault intercessors and the captain's power sword. But they've done the job of weakening the captain, so benefits all round, I guess. The Scorpic Destroyers advanced forwards and managed to get within 3 of the objective, so they scored the team 5 points. The Scorpic Lord and Plasmacyte are close behind, and the Scarabs are also zooming in on that objective to try and keep it. But now the Imperium has a slight advantage with 1 less Necron unit to face. And while they are a single point behind, it's on to their turn 2. End of Ultramarines turn 2, and it has been an absolute massacre. So the Ultramarines are in charge of the objectives, providing the aggressors don't die. So they'll score 5 points, and at the moment they have killed the Overlord and the Scarab, so that's 2 units they have eliminated. So the Necron's going to need a lot of points to eliminate a unit, more than the Ultramarines. So it looks like it'll be the Ultramarines winning in the end, but who knows? Maybe that Destroyer Lord will prove useful and actually go through the entire army like butter. But it is time for Necron's turn 2. End of Necron's turn 2, and yeah, it's as bad as it looks. So they couldn't do much in the way of movement and charges for the Necrons, so they just went into chopping up the last 2 assault intercessors, which then left the Scorpion Destroyer all on his own there, and the Lord at the back there with the plasma sight guarding. I don't think the Destroyer can fail his morale test. No, he's fine. And charge mark can come off that. But anyway, I think it's going to be an Imperial victory. The Necrons are going to be hard pressed to try and win this fight. It's the Ultramarines' turn next. Everything's going to come towards that objective. The aggressors are going to go into the destroyers. The lieutenant's going to come over and possibly go in for a fight as well, and at least give the reroll wound buff, maybe even the reroll attack buff if the captain can get there with a nice advance roll. But yeah, the Ultramarines are currently ahead with 13 points, unlucky for some, but it is their Legion, I guess, so yeah, I think I am going to call it there. It's been a quick game, but a really enjoyable one. I do like the whole split deployment. It really does make you need to think about which units are going to go in which deployment zone. I suppose, as it says, deploying half models, I could have put the 2 characters and 1 squad of assault intercessors in one deployment zone, and then the other squads in the other deployment zone. I like to split my characters up a bit and give buffs all over, as opposed to just one squad. Oh, that's better. Things I would have done differently. Probably not charged first turn with the flayed ones. Maybe use them more as an anchoring point to try and hold that objective. And keep the destroyers back until they can get the charge. Getting 10 and a 10 on charge distances was just insane for the Ultramarines. The aggressors and the assault intercessors pincer moving on the destroyers there. The only thing that benefited the Necrons was I hit once with the power fists from the aggressors. I was a bit too far away from the captain for those rerolls, which could have been really beneficial as I had quite a few ones. But as it is, there it is. That is going to be the end of the battle. So all what's left to do is see what is in our next Imperium, which should be in the post to me. And we got another double issue. So issues 59 and 60 are our Primaris Outriders. So can't wait to get these guys built and painted. I am going to be using my Ultramarines upgrade sprue to give a little bit of a Ultramarine flair to these guys. I might use shoulder pads to add some extra details, because I believe some of these shoulder pads can easily be clipped away. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I built the Outriders. I think the last time I built them was my Command Edition ones from my Crimson Fists. But if I remember rightly, there is a lot of easy posts and pegs, and I can easily fill up with green stuff if need be. But yeah, there we go. We got some awesome units. We got brand new rules, data sheet for the Outriders, faction rules for the Ultramarines, and also Space Marine stratagems. We also learn about the Corsairs and the Grey Knights, and we finally get full rules for using power ratings, so we can start picking our own forces, which the magazine will give us a point limit, and we can choose our units to go to that limit. And it'd be also quite nice to see you soon, because I reckon we'll be getting our next mission pack soon as well. So possibly 61 and 62 we will get that, which is a paint and Tomb Blade issue. So there we have it. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what you would have done differently in the comment section down below. It's always nice to have a natter and discuss tactics. Would you have gone the same as I did, or would you have done something totally and utterly different? But anyway, links are in the description down below as usual, and I'd just like to say thank you all for watching. So if you haven't already, please give this video a like and do subscribe if you want to follow me for more mad content. So I will see you next time on the Imperium Journey. Thank you and goodbye.